So I thought it was on Leo's meeting.
I guess so, but I really don't remember why.
So guys, good evening. Welcome. Now we are live on YouTube. Yeah, everything is fine. And here we go. So I guess Jefferson, I already know. We were seeing here. Elton, I guess it's the first time that I see. And Hauli, did I say your name right?
No, it's Ayuli.
Hayuli. Yeah, Ayuli. Did I say right now? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, let me present myself first. My name is Wellington. I am from Salvador, but nowadays I am living in Rio de Janeiro. Nowadays, not. It's been a year. I work with financial planning, but I'm a civil engineering. I have been here on TNT for about 3 years, and as a host, almost the same. It will be in October. I have started to studying English, I guess, because it's a universal language, and it was really important to reach better places, better positions on the professional area, and also to travel. I guess it's really important. And I am here every Monday at this time in my meetings. And it's a pleasure to have you all here. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. And it's the first time of any of you, or it's just the first time with me?
It's my first time with you.
Yeah,
Me too.
that's good. So you guys already know how Thinky works, that we have here a topic to guide our conversation, but we don't need to follow all the questions. Sometimes main on the main room, that probably will be the only, because just are four of us. I use the questions just to guide the conversation, but if you guys say something interesting or different, I normally guide for another path. I guess it's really important in a normal conversation. We only have those questions because it's really difficult to talk with strangers about a random topic. So it helps us. And I will send here the questions just to we have, and you guys can have those questions on the planner if you want to read them and answer after or practice something. They will be there. It's really good to do this, to think about something that wasn't talked. And before we start, I would like to know a little bit about you guys. Could you start? Ayuli. Yeah.
Exactly.
I will learn until the end.
Yeah. So I'm 25. I'm a dentist, and I'm doing my master degree in dentist right now. So this is my main reason that I'm learning English, because I wanna do a doctor degree outside.
It's pretty good. And in what is your master degree? In which area of
Clinical
dentist?
endodontist. Yeah.
It's really good. Thanks. And you, Elton?
I'm 30 years old. I'm from São Paulo. I'm graduated in computer science. I work as a Python developer with focus in web development, being a back-end developer. I have been learning English to have more opportunities, and I wish to work from a multinational company in the future, and maybe to spend some time is abroad. So that's it.
That's really good. Thanks, Elton. And you, Jefferson?
Hello, guys. Good evening. So, as a Elton, I have been working as an architect of software. I have been participating in Talk and Talk since 2 months ago, so I started very soon. I live in the interior of São Paulo, a little city called like Corumbataí. It's a city near from Rio Claro. I think that's it.
Thanks, Jefferson. Yeah, we have always a lot of people from IT. I guess it's really important on the area. We have a lot of references in English on it, and just like Hayuli, a lot of people that do master and doctoral or PhD comes here because we have a lot of researchers and papers in English. I use a lot too. When I did my final course, it was, I guess, most of part of the articles in English. So it's good to have you here, guys. And I guess this conversation in some kind help you. So I would like to start with the first question. When I bring a topic today is about negotiation, I always like to ask about the definition. I guess it's really important and give us time to think about the other questions and what comes. So how do you define negotiation and what it does apply in your daily routine, both personally or professional? And it's a personal definition, guys. Don't need to be like a technical one. It's what comes first in your mind when you think about it. Could you start, Jefferson?
Oh gosh, I can. So I think that the negotiation, it's everything that you can change with another person. For example, normally when we think about negotiation, we think in a seller. For example, if you are in front of a seller person, the same times you're trying to change your coin, your money with another thing, for example. Or you can change your service with another money. So I think that the definition about negotiation, and that's it. But in what ways does it to apply to our daily routines? I think that the life it's always the negotiation, because if, for example, you need to wake up early to start your work, okay? So you are negotiation your job, your service with your company, for example. So you start your day in a negotiation, for example. So I think that negotiation is present in our routines that we can do it. So I think it's the definition to me.
Thanks, Jefferson. And you, Ayuli?
So I think negotiation is about interaction between two people or more, and try to rise a common outcome. And when I was working as a dentist, I need to try convince my patient sometimes to be in one direction or other. So we need to talk a lot and try to decide.
Yeah, totally. And you, Elton, what is the definition for you and how this apply in our daily routine?
Yeah, I agree with you. Negotiation is like a change between both parties, a change of interests, and we use the negotiation all the time in our life. Some even professional than personal, and maybe we use a negotiation without perceber or think. And that's it.
Got it. I completely agree with you guys. I was expecting you to say, but this is good about money. I guess every person just think about money when it comes with negotiation, but you guys were really wide on the definition that it's like an exchanging of interests, like Elton said. So it's not necessarily only money, and we do this a lot in our days. And guys, do you use any techniques, and what are the more commons that you know, like that we can use to achieve what we want? Could you give an example? I will start with, yeah, you opened. I would start with you because you said that you use it.
I think you need to be prepared, have a goal, like listen the other person and see the path to arrive the result, and like a free conversation when you are trying to arrive.
Yeah, really good. And it worked when you use it to convince your patients,
Yeah,
more or less, how it
when
was.
I was working, I tried to listen a lot what they was saying. For after this, I try to convince my truth.
Got it. And you, Jefferson, what are some
I'm
common?
I'm totally agree with Ayula. In the same time, I think that you need to pay attention to another person, for example, and you need to look eye to eye. So you need to pay attention with her body, for example, because normally we say that the body speaks, the body talks. So you need to pay attention in the movement about the body. If you are in the same level and the same subject of the the person from the negotiation, so you need to say the right words that the another person wants to hear, for example. So you need to see the situation if you are going to your goal, for example. So if you say something, if you say something and you observe that the person reacts with oh nice, for example, so normally it means that you are in the right way. Okay, so in this moment you can improve your performance, your conviction in this case. So I think that you are in the good way. So you can continue and try to impressive more, for example. So I think that you can use it in you, Elton.
Yeah, you're right. In my point of view, the behavior is very important in a negotiation. And I think that you need to study the other party to to know what the other to know the other party interest. Let me think. And maybe like I would say have a goal, have a objective, and if you reach a win-win negotiation, it's a good way for both because you can create a relationship and repeat that kind of negotiation in the future. And anyway, that's it.
Yeah, very good. You guys look like good negotiator. Yeah, I don't know if I want to negotiate something with you guys because maybe I will lose. But thinking about it, I totally agree what you guys have said. I guess it's really important to get in agreement, to study and understand the other. And about this, do you guys have a way you normally prepare yourself? Do you read something? Do you take notes? How do you do when you have to do something like that you know that you must negotiate? Elton, you that said about preparing previously, do you do it?
Yeah,
And
yeah. I
and
try to
if you
prepare.
have an example, sorry for interrupt you.
Yeah, I try to prepare myself to collect the information about the negotiation, about the situation, and I try to have alternatives because not always the your first alternative is the right for the other party. Maybe you need to negotiate something common for both interests. And yeah, I try to do a research, to take notes, to have alternatives, like I said. And I think that help in negotiation.
And you, Ayuri,
Mm, I I don't think so. I think sometimes the moment is the key of 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 the process, because sometimes you're thinking a lot and you imagine one situation, and when is the real one is totally different. So sometimes you will just need to keep your mind fresh and feel the other person.
yeah, got it. And you, Jefferson, you are more likely Elton or Ayuri, or between?
I think it's a piece of each one, because, for example, if you need to sell something or you need to do some negotiation, you need to stop and think why I need to do this one. So what I need to do. So you need to stop and think. So I have this pencil. In the same time is I know what means this pencil to me, but in the same times I need to think that I need to negotiation this object to another person. But what the purpose of this negotiation? Why I need to sell and what the another person needs to buy this object. So you need to think this change of your opinion and try to do your best, for example. But at the same time, you need to think that you don't always score, for example. So you need to freeze it in your to pin in your mind that uh, you don't always score. So you need to live with this, for example. This
Yeah.
subject is very difficult to me.
Yeah, but I guess yeah, it's still difficult to me too, but I guess it's really important, we discuss and think about it. I am like a between. I also like to feel the moment, but I study a little bit before, because when you know about the object of the negotiation, you have the advantage on this. So you can convince the person better, show a side that they didn't have, think about it before. So you can like take some advantage, but not make the other like a fool, as Elton said, because it's important to you have an agreement, and also thinking in long-term relation, because normally depending on the thing you have a long relation with the person. So it is important that these other part come back. Like, for example, Yuli as a dentist, if she has a patient, she needs to have them for a long time to it work, you know. So this is really important to have something that is good for both. Anybody like to be like to feel as a fool or something like this, because they won't they will not win back, you know. At least myself, I wouldn't if I felt this way. So it is really important. And guys, we were saying for more abstract things, and there is more question that is like this really wide too. It's about the skills. What the skills or quality that you think that a person that is good at negotiation should have? Or feel free to start, because I know that is not a easy question. So who have it in mind can start first. If you don't have it, I will have to pick one. Anybody? Let me, Elton, go on, please.
And I don't know, maybe communication, problem solving, a good knowledge about the field, the area, and maybe I don't know. Let's see. Only come that in my mind.
Yeah. And thinking about those skills, do you think that you have them, or there is one that you should develop them more?
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
About those skills that you said, do you think that you have them, or there is one that you should develop more about communication, knowledge from the area?
I think that I already have the basic of them, but I think that we always need to improve our skills, our knowledge, because the world is always in evolution, and the things change very fast nowadays. And I think that I need to work on it even
Really?
ever. Sorry.
And let me see, how about you, Jefferson? What do you think that are those qualities, and if you have or must improve?
I think that my main skill, I think that is the flexibility and adaptability. I don't remember how can I say it,
Yeah, you said
but
right.
I think that the patient, you need to need to have a good patient, because you try to negotiate something. So you need to try to incisive in your opinion, in your mind. In the same time, is you need to lead front. How can I say leader?
Deal.
You need to deal with another person that in the almost time you don't know. Okay, but in the same time, you need to think in your flexibility about your mind. So you need to adapt your mind, your thoughts about the negotiation, and try to modelar de acordo com a história. Model according of the history, the negotiation.
Got it. Thanks, Jefferson. And you, Ayoli?
So I think strategic things is important, because you need to anticipate the other person, and analytical skill too, because you need to see the risks and try to manage the reasons and things like this. And I don't think I have no of this, but actually I have analytical skills, because sometimes I need to deal with some questions. When I was working, I need to sell procedures. So I need to say, oh, this is good because this, or you need to do this because if you don't, will happen this. So I think this is important too.
Yeah, those are good skills that you guys say. I guess those are really important, and something that Ayuli has said before, it's about listening to the others, be a good listener, because this way you can catch what is important for the other person and conduct the conversation and the negotiation to this point. I guess learning about psychology a little bit too, to you like catch like some, how could I say, some, oh my gosh, even in Portuguese I forgot, but some signals of the person, you know, if they are feeling free or not on the negotiation, the conversation, if you are going for agreement, like as Jefferson said, the body signals, you can see that by the tone that the person says. If you keep eye contact with the person, you can realize about it. The tone of the voice, is all of these, it's really important. As I usually say, the like analytical skills to prepare yourself before. Normally, when we say about negotiation, there are risks, and when it involves money, you can have in your mind in how much you want to get, how much you can spend, or how much you need to save. And I guess these are really important. And we say about those skills, and how it is important that we don't have some of them and we have others. And who do you believe that is important, is responsible actually for teaching those negotiation skills? Who should teach this? Is part of formal education? Is something that we should learn in-house, alone? Is part of our process of growing? How do you think that this should be teaching? Yeah, difficult question though. I will start with Jefferson
Oh
because
gosh.
I already know you.
Okay. In the same times, you can learn about negotiation by yourself, but imagine that when you try to do a formal course, a formal education, you need to think that the formal education uses that technicals and improve it, that one. So in the same times, you will pay for a course to learn a new technicals that was tested in many scenarios. For example, in the same times when you try to learn in yourself, for example, you start from the zero, okay? So you need to practice the skills with another person, with another scenario, for example, and you try to do it for the first time that you didn't test before, okay? Yeah, but you try to test with another person. So when you try to select and follow the formal education, normally you have the main skill that was tested, okay? But in the same times, you can learn it from YouTube, for example. You can use the right keys to search on YouTube, or what the main technical of the negotiation in the world, for example. You can click on the first video on YouTube and you can learn about this one. But in the same times, it's a free content. You don't have any platform that you can practice in that one, for example. But I really don't remember another platform that you can practice your negotiation. But I think that it's the point in my case.
Thanks, Jefferson. And you, Elton, where do you think that we should learn this? Who is responsible for?
I believe that it's good if the schools give and introduce for us early about negotiation, about financial skills. And after that, maybe the I don't know, the persons can grow with the right mind about the money, about the negotiation, about I don't know, but I think that in these days we can search or seek many informations on the internet, and we can learn everything on that on it, and that's it.
Yeah, very good. And you, Ayoli?
So I think the right is a combination between formal education and independent learning, because have persons that born with this superpower of know how do negotiation, and have people that don't know, so you need to learn day by day with real situations and society. So I think the combination between schools provide some classes about, and the kids or the kids can try to have some small negotiation to learn how to do, how follow, and techniques too. And I think this is good. And how Jefferson said to try to learn in other fonts like YouTube or other platforms.
Yeah, totally. I just agree with you guys that should be like half and half. And I guess like everything we learn some kind of things by ourselves, this isn't different. And if schools could have like in a more clear way these, and I guess we always do that, for example, when we want to exchange a toy with a friend when we are small, when we are kids, or with our siblings when we have one, you know, or when we argue with our parents. And thinking about this, do you guys remember which was the most difficult thing that you have to negotiate with your parents? Like, for example, when you were a teenager and you want to go to a party or travel, do you have any experience like that was difficult, but you could like won the negotiation with your parents? To give you guys time to think, I will say one mine. I remember when I finished my high school, I want to travel. I didn't want to have any party, and I had some money saved, but I needed a little bit more to go travel. So I have to convince my parents to give me, not borrow, they should give me some money to I travel to Porto Seguro, which was the place that I chose to stay there for a week. And I was traveling by plane. by myself for the first time with more two friends. So my parents were like a little bit worried about it, but I couldn't convince them, saying I spent 4 years studying, taking the bus so early, arriving at night, almost didn't sleeping well. So I should like celebrate this victory by myself is something that I really want, not with a party that I will not enjoy. And yeah, I was successful on this, the sentimental part catch the parents, I guess. They feel like guilty if they don't do this for you. So the guilty, it's a good way to you catch with your parents, I guess. And for you guys, do you have something like this that you have to argue with your parents?
I really don't remember a good situation that I was present, but when I in a high school, for example, uh, I always do some exercise, some uh, works to another students. So in the same times, when I finish these jobs to another students, I needed to explain about the about the job that I finish. But in the same times, I could cobrar, I could ask the want the money that I want, for example, because I was I, I, I was I was the person that he has the power in that moment. So if you didn't pay me, I don't deliver the exercise, so you are receive a 0 of grade, and me not it's not a problem to me, for example, but it's a little negotiation. But in the same time, I was very manipulator of the persons. So, but in the same times, I could give some money in a high school that I didn't work yet.
Yeah, it was a really good negotiation. And how about you guys, the others? Do you have an
So
example? Go
yeah,
on.
when I was younger, and my brother and I always have to try negotiation with our daddy to his borrow the car to us go to Paris. So we have to try convince to borrow the car to go to other city to to enjoy the party and things like this. So this happened a lot in the vacations.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, it's a good thing to do. And you, Elton, do you have an example?
I only remember that when I was a teenager, I at high school to take a trip with my colleagues, my school colleagues. I to some park like Hopi Hari Play Center, Parque de Diversões.
Yeah.
I I needed to negotiation with my mother to her pay the trip, and in change of that I needed to do some house chore uh, clean the house some days, some weeks,
Yeah.
in charge of that. That's it. Of that.
Yeah, I guess this is the easier exchange that we can do with our parents, do something at the house. And they will say also that is your obligation, even though if
Yeah.
you don't have something to exchange with, they will say that it's your obligation. And let me see. Yeah, it is one question here that I would like to ask, but I will change a little bit. It's the question number 10. But I will ask in a different way. How do you guys think that we can deal with negotiation in groups? How is the more effective way that we can deal? We should listen to every people. How these let me ask again. How we should handle with negotiation in a group, in a team? We should listen to everybody. We should set the things that are the point, How do you guys normally deal with that? I guess these you guys have experienced at high school, college, and even at work. How do you deal with those situations? What is the best way?
So when I was at college, normally in groups for works, I always stayed stressed because a group of peoples with different opinions about, and no one that wants to take the front and decide what to do. So in that moment, normally I used to listen everyone and try to understand the meaning of the problem. And after this, normally I used to take the point and filter the important thing to do. Normally, I think this is the best way to deal with groups negotiation. Listen everyone and filter the main point.
Got it. And how about you guys? Do you have some tips? How do you normally deal?
I'm agree with Ayuli, because you need to pay attention to everyone. So you need to think that everyone focus on the individual interests. So at the same time, you need to pay attention. Negotiators normally try to prioritize your own individual's interesting. So you need to pay attention. For example, when you start a negotiation, the another person that was listening you, there are more tools against from you, for example. So I always heard about that you can start a negotiation. You need to wait another person start a negotiation to you, because normally the last voice is the last person that you will finish the negotiation. It's a I always heard about this phrase, you never start the negotiation, because normally I heard about this, and I think it is very true. Okay, so in the same time, you need to limit the transparency about the negotiation, because if you want to finish the negotiation with you want to be the winner of the negotiation, need to limit the transparency. I think it's okay. That's it.
Really good. And you, Elton?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's a difficult point, and I think that each parties of the negotiation want to reach an individual goal, and I think that the best way is listen to every parts and maybe uh, reach reach a common objective, maybe make a votation or something that makes sense for all people or all person of the group. And I don't know. Anyway, that's it.
I guess everything that you guys say that I would do too. I normally apply to listen to every people and try to get in a common point. But normally, I guess go to rational options too when people uh, want to go to a way that is a path that is not the point, that is meaningful. So normally, you have to be incisive and take the the negotiation for yourself and get to a common point. And sometimes I guess there are some situations, few of them, that is that vote doesn't take to the best way, to the best lead. I have passed from some meetings that people thought about, um, like solutions that was too crazy that you say to them, so let's go to the simple and the basic and let's finish it. Sometimes I guess you need to be really tough on the decisions, if you know how it should be. Yeah, if you have this in mind. If you don't, it becomes difficult to you put everything in agreement with that. And we said here about the good sides and the good parts that have, but also have the bad side when you have to buy something or negotiate something with someone that is an old seller and try to fool you. Do you guys have ever passed for a situation like this? How you deal with that? Did you bought? You didn't bought? You left there? Have you ever passed for a situation that you felt full, that someone was trying to make you full in a negotiation and take advantage?
If I understand the question, I think so. Last month I was travel and I was in a bus station, buy a ticket, and the seller was tell me that if I paid the ticket and credit card, the price was one, but if I did a Pix, this price is this, but the Pix was him. And so he said me, oh, if you use your credit card to pay this value, this price, and put this in my account, it's okay. So I was thinking, oh my God, how this is possible? Because everyone knows that the price is the same. Normally have some tax, but it's like a small tax, not the almost plus 100 reais. This is like impossible, but okay, this passed.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, some people like to take a really big advantage, and we
Yeah.
have to be aware. and paying attention. And you're welcome. Have you ever passed for a situation like this?
Mhm. Yeah, a time ago I bought a motorcycle for a good price, and when I look at it when I look at her, look at it very good, but a few time after I bought, I had some problems with the motorcycle, and I I I I can I don't know the words. I can see that I lose in this case. I needed to spend more money to fix the problems, and at the end I spent much more than I happen. So that was a win-lose situation, and the other party get the advantage about me.
Yeah, I know how you felt. I have those kind of problem with my car too, but you don't have so much problem at when I were using just at the end, so I have to sell in a really cheaper price that I bought, because if I have to fix it, it was a big problem.
Yeah.
And you, Jefferson?
I almost witnessed with the same situation from Elton, but in the same time, in my case, it was a car. So I almost buy a car that it's a real good price, but I asked for the document from the car to the seller man, and he tries to change the subject. So, oh, don't need it, it's okay with the car, there is any problem, and etc. So, but I need to check it. So you don't need, no problem, believe me. So in the same time, but I tried to check another pictures from the car, and I got it to check the
Late.
placa, the plate of the car, and try to search on the Google. There is a platform that will get a check up from the car using the plate, the plates car. So I saw that the car it was from a hobo, I stolen.
I stop.
I stole it, and it was recovered, but in the same time as it was marked on the documents. So in the same time is the price isn't the real price. So but in the same time the seller doesn't doesn't say about this. So if I didn't check in that moment, I will lose my money, for example. So we need to pay attention in our negotiation. Principal when you need to spend much money.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I would say the same when we have to buy houses or something like this. It is really important to check a lot, because you have a lot to lose on those cases. And guys, our time are running out. It was a really good conversation. I sent here the survey to guys give feedbacks and also say about topics that you would like to see here. Uh, I really learned today on this topic. I guess it's always good to be here with different people to share ideas and learn a little bit. I hope you guys too have learned and like it. And I hope to see you next week at this same time with a different topic or in another meeting that I can be. So guys, have a good night and see ya.